It's a great way, again, to continue to build and bring people together. And Kyle, that's why I'm so glad you're back in Baltimore. Well, not yet, but I'm so glad you're back because but I'm serious. The connections, you were one of the guys that came in and instantly connected with the city. I don't know if you knew that, by the way. Like everyone talked, it felt like you've been in Baltimore your entire career, which you haven't. And I'm glad you decided. I see out there that you were thinking about possibly contemplating being done and retiring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when most of the offers were minor league offers, and with 4 kids, and being basically back home for a year and a half straight, since October of 23, and then playing in St. Louis, being 40 miles from the house, they're really, unless it was a Midwest opportunity that kind of blew our socks off, I was very content with where I was to be a dad and to be a husband and kind of dive into that. And, we had heard from the Orioles. They were one of the teams that outside the Midwest that was obviously very appealing to us. We really enjoyed our time in Baltimore. I know the guys in the clubhouse, most of them. So I kind of knew that joining that clubhouse late wouldn't be an issue, hopefully. So when they called, yeah, it kind of, lit a little bit of excitement in me. And, it was probably about 7 days in between the contacts. So I kind of thought, well, okay, well, maybe they had moved on and that opportunity wasn't going to be there. So, I think once you have that excitement and then it kind of goes away, I think that's kind of those 2 weeks there where, it was getting deep into spring training. And I kind of, because I was content with the career I've had and where I was personally, I was kind of like, hey, if that was it, then, that was it. And, it was going to take an opportunity like Baltimore or something special to take me, away from my family for another year and to see where it can take us, But I've always been super thankful for the places we've gotten to play and the opportunities to play, and trying to not take that for granted to, hopefully have a uniform on my back here in about a month and be ready.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, you got exposed then to having a chance to go and play near home. It's such a outlier. I was very fortunate, Calvin, which we don't see that very often, but he's from Maryland, and then he played for the Orioles for a long time. And we happened to be in the same place. We just saw with Corbin Burns this past offseason, he gets to choose to go be where his family is, right? So I'm sure it was nice to be able to be there, but at least you're going to a place of familiarity. It sounds like you're ramping up well, and you're joining a group that well. I mean, it seems like it's a great match. What is something that you, I guess, maybe are looking the most forward to getting back on the bump here, as you're in a different stage of your life, is what you said, and that's kind of like goes in with the big league impact in general. You're in a different stage, but on the field, it seems like you still might have some unfinished business.
Yeah, I still feel really good, and that's one thing that probably made it harder as I was going through these workouts this off season. My body wasn't telling me, hey, maybe we should think about this for a second. Actually kind of the other way. I felt really good all last year. I only had a couple weird instances where a sore back popped up. Other than that, very thankful to be healthy and feeling good. And this offseason was the same. Bullpens and, the live BPs I was throwing, getting ready, waiting on some calls, felt really good. And, the last 2 lives that I've thrown have been better and better. And, definitely feel really, really good about where I'm at. I think it'll be a similar timing as spring training. I tried to keep myself as close to built up as I could. I probably threw 4 bullpens that were 50 or 60 pitches, leading up to my time signing with Baltimore. So I think pitch count was good. The intensity of what I was throwing, I was in a lot different situation. Without athletic trainers, without the full amenities of being completely ready to throw those bullpens at the intensity I would probably like to. So that's kind of what I'm building up now, is the pitch intensity with the pitch count. I think I have 1 more live down here in Sarasota, and then see where these next 3 or 4 starts, hopefully in Norfolk, take me. But yeah, thankfully I feel really good. And I to your unfinished business, I think I've been so fortunate, where I've been in my career to play in the World Series and do just about everything that any little kid dreams of, and I still have a lot of fun playing the game. And I do think that, we had a really special team in 23. And I would like to, have another crack at that with these guys and see what we can do and make some noise. But I will say that I don't necessarily think that, that was the reason to come to Baltimore, right? Is to try and, relive 23. I think for me, it was just a really good opportunity to play again and be with a team that is a real World Series contender.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, I think the unfinished business, it's not, I guess, in people in Baltimore, I mean, look, everyone wants to see the team win. But it's also, I guess, they look at with you being a part of a group where they felt like the tides changed. You were helping part of that position here. And I think that's the cool thing of having you come back and see where this can lead.